sounds like you've had some incredible experiences walking from Vermont to California. How long did it take you?
A year and a half. I could have done it in 3 months, but I lost time in the Appalachians.
Difficult climb?
Got married.
Well, we've run out of time. Thank you, Marv Stribling, naturalist, cross-country hiker, newlywed. Join us next week for another edition of Vermont Today.
And we're clear.
Wow, 3,000 miles. You're a real inspiration.
Thank you.
Well, I thought it went pretty well.
Now, Dick, when you booked this walker, I figured it was going to be Snore City. But I found myself, well, half listening.
Michael, it was an intelligent, informative show.
But nevertheless interesting. Now, speaking of good TV, I have great news for you regarding the Vermont Industry Television Awards.
I've been nominated for a Vita?
No. But you could be. There's one more week to qualify. You do a dynamic, emotion-grabbing show next Sunday, and that Best Host nomination is yours.
I thought I was a pretty good host just now.
Hey, I loved you. But that darn nominating committee seems to feed on energy and charisma.
Well, we're just going to have to base their decision on the way I am.
Good luck, Dick. You know the kind of people this award goes to? Walt Bledsoe has won this award 3 times in the last 5 years.
Walt Bledsoe, that jerk? He yells at his guests and throws chairs into the audience.
It's called personality, Dick.
Look, I'm not in this for the shallow gratification of an award.
Well, what about those of us who are? Dick, all I'm asking is that you show a little spark. How can I get Best Producer if I can't ride on the coattails of a Best Host?
Michael, I'm not going to change the show. I think it's pretty darn interesting the way it is.
Man, was that a good show?
See, Michael, our director liked it.
Well, not your show. I caught the last 6 minutes of Walt Bledsoe. He held this councilman's head underwater till the guy agreed with him. He's really bucking for that Vita.
JJ, you're my director. Shouldn't you be watching the show you're directing?
Dick, with your show, I can practically lock the cameras into place. Not like you're gonna move or gesture or anything. Anyway, Walt held this guy's head.
Look, I don't want to hear any more about Walt, and I don't want you watching other shows while I'm on the air.
Anything you say, Dick.
Careful, Dick. I know it's hard for you to understand, but other people do have feelings.
Joetta, I have a cold. I'm going to need 9 days off.
9 days?
4 days for the cold to run its course, and 3 days for my nose to stop looking like a strawberry, and 2 days for being a brave little soldier.
Stephanie, you just sneezed once. Why don't we wait for a few more symptoms before we lock into this 9-day thing?
Okay, but I'd hate to have to add extra days for needless suffering.
Oh, morning, honey.
Honey, do you think I'm unemotional and cold?
What do you mean?
You think I'm without emotion and unwarm?
Dick, I love you just the way you are.
Which is what?
Well, you're a little reserved.
Ah, that's English for colorless, right?
Honey.
It's not like I don't have feelings like everyone else. I do. There's all kinds of stuff going on in here.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, George.
George, do you think I'm unemotional and cold?
Yes, Dick.
You do?
Gee, I thought it would be all right to tell you. I mean, you never get upset about anything. You are upset, aren't you? So hard to tell.
Dick, what's this all about?
Michael has this idea I could get a nomination for the Vermont Industry TV Awards if I were more dynamic and electric on next week's show.
You mean like Walt Bledsoe?
No, not like Walt Bledsoe. Guy's a jerk.
I know what you mean. Did you see that show where he had this Quaker guy in a half Nelson? It took him forever to pin the guy. What a jerk.
Well, if that's the way you have to act to get a Vita Award, this guy doesn't want one.
Well, honey, you have to admit it would be an honor. And I'm sure you could win one without roughing up a Quaker.
Can a person just enjoy their work? Look at George. I mean, he doesn't have to enter a handyman competition to be fulfilled.
There's a contest for best handyman?
No, George.
Dang.
Dick, why are you so set against this?
Honey, I hated the whole idea of competition ever since Camp Kawapoka. But my favorite sport was diving. I was like a knife in the air. I was having the best summer of my life until Golden Tomahawk days. There were events in all sports. The winners got this tomahawk with a gleaming gold handle and a beautiful rubber blade. I wanted one like I never wanted any other tomahawk in my life. But I wanted it too much. By the day of the contest, I was so nervous I was no longer a knife. I was more like a spatula. In one dive, I lost the competition, the tomahawk, and my swimming trunks.
Well, there was another sneeze in the kitchen. Is that enough for you, or do you want to wait for the coroner's report?
Hi, Dick. We were wondering if you'd like to discuss this week's show.
We?
Come on in, guys. Hail, hail. The gang's all here.
Why is the gang all here?
We want to do some spitballing about this Sunday show. I've come up with some great ideas for guests.
We've already booked Elsa Carruthers, the librarian who found the alternative to the Dewey Decimal System.
Okay. Can I be the one to blow the dust off her?
Dick, what we need is a guest who has some oomph, some wattage. Somebody with a little whackada bingada bungada boom.
I've found a woman who claims to have 6 different and distinct personalities. I think she's legit, Dick, and she's willing to come out in a bikini.
Michael.
3 of her personalities think scanty clothing is sexist. The other 3 seem to get off on it.
I can shoot the bejangles out of it. We open with this nutcase on a psychiatrist's couch, rising out of the stage.
I got a better idea. Suppose I build a psychiatrist's couch and have it rise out of the stage. Speaking of echoes, I could create some atmosphere with echo effect.
How about a fog machine? It would represent her clouded perception of reality. It's a hot look.
No fog.
Sorry. Did you contribute something?
Yes, I contributed a no.
Fine. Have it your way, Dick.
Look, it's obvious what's happening here. You're all trying to use Sunday's show to win yourself a Vita nomination. Well, forget it. We're going to do our regular show. Our guest is a librarian with one personality. No fog, no rising furniture, and no whackada bingity bombity boom. End of meeting.
I'll get busy building that rising couch.
No rising couch!
Now he gets emotional.
Yeah. He even gestured.
Dick, you do realize you just trod on the hopes of some pretty fair excuses for human beings.
I don't want to compete for some stupid award.
Don't want to, or...
Not chicken.
Whoa, better put a Band-Aid on that exposed nerve.
There are no exposed nerves or chickens in this office, all right?
Dick, if you say so. The subject's closed.
I'm just brushing up on the Dewey Decimal System for my show this afternoon. Oh. How's Stephanie feeling?
Well, she's right on schedule. She's on the last day of Strawberry Nose.
Hi, all.
Hi, Michael.
I'm here regarding that little beauty any sane man would want to possess.
Stephanie's upstairs.
Not that little beauty. This one. The Vita. The Vermont television industry symbol of excellence.
Michael, where'd you get this?
Our station manager lent me hers when she wasn't looking.
It's beautiful, isn't it, Dick?
It's okay. Could be bigger.
I guess that's the difference between us, Dick. You look at this and see flaws. I see something I'd give a limb for, and I'm not to admit it.
Michael, would you and this leave together?
Dick, I can't leave without visiting my under-the-weather blonde. Steph?
Hi, Michael.
Well, Cupcake.
Thank you.
That's it?
Of course. Steffi and I made a pact never to see each other in times of illness, doldrums, or skin eruptions. Well, got to scoot.
Michael, you forgot the vitamins.
See you at the studio.
Gee, Dick, that's nice. Is that the award you could win if you showed more personality?
Yeah.
You look good holding that, honey.
Look, I don't want this award. I'm not interested in it. I couldn't care less about it.
Okay. I'm gonna make some soup for Stephanie. You want some, George?
Sure.
How about you, Dick? It's chicken.
I am not.
Hi. I'm Larry. This is my brother Darrell, and this is my other brother Darrell.
I know.
We heard Miss Stephanie's white corpuscles were battling for the supremacy of her lovely innards.
That's the scuttlebutt.
So we're here to cheer her up. Hey, ain't that one of those Vita Awards?
Yes, it is.
You didn't get that for your show.
No. Wow. What a surprise. Let me pinch myself for a moment. A little piece of this belongs to a lot of people. I'd like to thank my Vermont Today crew, those wackety guys. I'd like to thank my wife, Joanna, without whom I'd only be a talented bachelor. And to the other nominees, I'd just like to say, you're all winners. Except you, Walt Bledsoe. You're a jerk.
Wow. Handyman of the year. I'd just like to thank...
Bless you, Miss Stephanie. Darrell, the lady just sneezed.
Well, that's okay.
Miss Stephanie, we'd rather slow dance with a cranky grizzly than see you laid up like this. That's why we're going to do for you what our daddy done for us when we was feeling poorly.
A puppet show.
Is there any other way to cheer up a sick room?
Hi. I thought I'd stop in to see if you needed anything brought to you or taken away.
Not now, Dick. They're about to do a puppet show.
Ah.
Once upon a time in the kingdom of ants, there was a beautiful princess who had a cold. Nearby lived a fine young ant who loved the princess. And the princess, if truth be told, had eyes for him. About 12 of them. But her father, the king, said, "Hold on. You can't marry my daughter until you rid the kingdom of this big eyesore of a rubber tree." At first, the ant was afraid to even try, for he knew he did not have a spine like the higher vertebrates. But the princess was such a looker that he decided to give it a shake anyway. Hit it, Daryl.
Just what makes that little ant think he'll move that rubber tree plant? Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. So anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that ant. Oops, there goes another rubber tree.
Oops, there goes another rubber tree.
Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
I want it.
What?
I want that Vita.
Where did Dick go? The show's about to start.
And now, Vermont Today, starring Dick Loudon, with today's guest, librarian Elsa Carruthers.
Boy, have we got a show for you today. Well, let's jump right into it. Tell us, Elsa, when did you first discover the Dewey Decimal System sucks wind?
I was filing a book on ophthalmology into the 600 section when suddenly it hit me. There has got to be a better way. And that's when I developed my cataloging system. So far, though, I've met with nothing but resistance.
Damn it! I mean, isn't that always the way? Well, why do all our true pioneers get the shaft?
Actually, all I've gotten are a few polite rejections.
Well, I don't care. That kind of thing burns my tail.
What's with Dick?
Either a chemical imbalance or he's going for that nomination.
Either way, it's an improvement.
It's ironic that librarians of all people can't see the handwriting on the wall.
And they say librarians are prim and stodgy. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a funny lady.
Wow, and the nominees are?
Okay, if he's going for a nomination, I'm going for a nomination.
Between you and me, looks like what Dick's going for here is a nomination. I may be alone in this, but I'm going for one, too.
And the Dewey Decimal System is especially difficult for children. I can't tell you how many times children have come up to me, confused, needing assistance.
I'm sorry. I mean, you know, it's one thing for us adults, but I mean, when kids have to suffer. I don't know.
Ever seen Dick acting so weird?
Yeah.
I wish Larry, Daryl, and Daryl would come back with their puppets.
You know, our discussion today relates to some pretty heavy issues in my own life. Books have always had a special meaning to me. I remember going to the library when I was a kid.
What's happening?
Not sure. Oh, come on.
Something weird is going on.
I'm sure it will stop immediately. Oh, all right, cut it out. Now. I mean it.
Boy, this is bad.
I want everything back to normal. Normal. Now!
Anything you say, Dick.
Are you all right, Mrs. Carruthers?
I think so.
I think I see that our time is up. Before we go, I'd like to apologize to my guest, Mrs. Carruthers. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk more.
Who cares? Just please let this end.
Right. I'd like to apologize to you for what you've just seen here. A lot of people got carried away here today. I'm especially embarrassed for my performance, which can only be described as Bozo the host. I can assure you this will never happen again. Meow.
Somebody facing a tough negotiation with his boss. You're certainly acting chipper.
Well, that's because I've come up with a surefire strategy on how to get what I want. Here, I'll show you. You be Bev, and you play the devil's advocate.
All right.
Bev, I'd like a microwave for my dressing.
In a pig's eye, bozo.
It's more like her to say in a pig's eye dick.
In a pig's eye, Dick.
Aha! You took the bait. I don't want a microwave.
Then why did you ask for one?
Bev, you are so naive. When she turns me down, she'll be consumed with guilt. Then I ask her for what I really want, new carpeting for the set. Her only answer can be, what color and how soon?
Sounds like you're ready for anything, honey.
Hey, bring on the Middle East.
I just pulled off what could be the greatest practical joke in history. You know how Stephanie is always so worried about her weight? I turned her scale up 2 pounds.
You didn't.
You know, George, that almost borders on the cruel.
if there's been an increase in the Earth's gravitational pull lately?
Not that I've heard, Dick.
There was nothing on the news.
Why?
Just asking.
And you two are terrible.
And since there's nothing I enjoy after a show more than a piping hot dish of tater tots, I'd really like a microwave in my dressing room.
Okay.
What?
We're getting a new microwave for the executive lounge so I can let you have the old one. Well, if there's nothing else.
Actually, what I really wanted was new carpeting for the set.
Come on, I just gave you a microwave.
Bev, Disasterville on the set. Pete was about to go on the air and the boom man hit him on the head. Pete's on the way to the hospital, but don't worry, the mic's okay.
You're kidding. We don't have a host for the show?
Well, it looks like I'm in a position to do the station a real favor.
All right, what color carpet and how soon?
Beige and yesterday.
Well, come on, Dick, we don't want to keep the kids waiting.
Kids? Well, wait a minute, you didn't say it was a children's show.
It's not your typical kid vid. This one's real sophisticated.
Ahoy, mateys! Shiver me timbers if it isn't time for Pirate Pete's Cartoon Lagoon. Now it doesn't take a spyglass to tell that I'm not Pirate Pete. I'm Long John Loudon, his scurvy cousin. If I could interject something here, Pirate Pete is in the hospital, and I'm sure he'd appreciate any cards or letters you might send him. But now on with the fun, me buckos. Har. 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 How are you doing today, Perch? Perch? Oh, Perch. How are you doing today, Perch? I'm fine, Long John. Good. Well, it's time for the mail. Let's hoist up our net and see what we've got. Har. Dear Pirate Pete, I can't wait to grow up and plunder and pillage the high seas just like you. I wish you a lot of luck, Melissa. Remember me, hearties, if you want to write us here at sea, you'll need one of Pirate Pete's official message bottles. They keep your letter bone dry, and they're only $5.95.
That's not a question, Dick.
Well, I don't want this to be stolen. I better put it for safekeeping in my trusty treasure chest. Which you kids can have for only $39.95. Oh, come on.
Lead into the cartoon, Dick.
And now, mateys, it's time for a Rowdy Rooster cartoon. Let's watch.
And we're clear.
Michael, that is the most reprehensible children's show I've ever seen. It's just one long, vulgar sales pitch.
Vulgar? There are some damn fine cartoons.
That duck was just force-fed a stick of dynamite.
What duck, Dick?
Michael.
Sorry, Dick, you're on again. Doing a commercial.
A commercial? That's a change of pace. We're back. Now let's take a look at the latest in fun from our very good friends at the Bunny Hutch Toy Shop. You know, kids, pirating in the 80s demands a modern approach. The Annihilator 5000. I'm sorry, Lionel. But this is ridiculous. I can't recommend this to children. I couldn't even recommend it to a Marine.
Dick, stick with the cards.
Parents, you should be ashamed to let your children watch this show. Let them read a book, go out and play, watch Fruit Ripen, anything but this.
And now back to our wonderful cartoon.
And we're clear.
All right, Dick, don't worry. When we come back, we'll do some swirly effects, and we'll tell the kids it was a dream sequence.
Dick, Michael, to my office, now.
Of course, that won't fool her.
Well, guys, the switchboard is lit up with calls saying Pirate Pete is a ripoff. What the hell was going on out there?
It's not my fault, Bev. I had everything written down on cue cards, but then Dick had to go pay attention to what he was reading.
I'm proud of what I did. That show is just a bunch of sales pitches, occasionally interrupted by an exploding duck. I mean, that man is getting rich off innocent children.
Pete's not rich.
He's not? Well, what about those message bottles and treasure chests?
Dick, this is a tiny station with a tiny audience. Even with the promotional items, we pay Pete about as much as we pay you.
Oh, my God.
And now he's in the hospital, and the crew is saying he doesn't have insurance.
Oh, my God.
Yes. It's the station owner. Hello?
Well, I'm not sorry that I spoke up, but maybe I'll stop by the hospital and see if there's anything the poor guy needs.
Well, Dick, as long as you're going to be seeing him anyway, could you tell Pete one more thing? He's canceled.
God, it's humiliating being fat. As I ran through town, people looked at me like something they'd trim off meat.
Stephanie, about this weight thing.
I just can't deal with being imperfect. I don't know how you've handled it all these years. Oh, sorry, you were saying something?
About your weight. It's a darn shame. Oh, George, I think your practical joke is about over. Stephanie just jogged all morning to lose weight.
I know. So I turned her scale up a little more.
Hi, Mr. Pittman. You have a visitor.
Oh? Hi, I'm Dick Loudon. I took over your show.
Oh, listen, I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry I missed it, but they don't have a TV in radiology.
Don't take too much time, you know. He's still weak.
That Ellen, she's terrific. She grew up watching my show. Now her children watch. I don't have any kids of my own. That's my family.
So how's the noggin?
I'll be 100% when I get back to the show.
Pete, I have something I have to tell you.
Yeah?
This isn't easy.
You know, when my little mateys have trouble telling their mummies and daddies something, I give them a piece of advice. I tell them to take in a deep breath, then let it out, then say what's on their minds.
Well, this is a little more than a bad report card.
Well, what works for the little mateys works for grown-up buccaneers, too. So why don't you try it? Just take in a deep breath, let it out, then say it.
You're canceled.
Well, I don't understand. Why would they cancel me? The show was so popular.
The way I heard the story, someone pointed out that it was long on violence and commercialism and short on anything good.
Well, who would stab me in the back when I'm in the hospital?
Me.
You!
I didn't mean for him to cancel your show, but I was selling $40 cardboard. The duck exploded. I shot Lionel.
Did you save a bullet for me?
Suppose I try to get your show back.
Can you do that?
Hey, I got you canceled, didn't I?
Hi, I'm Larry, and this is my brother Darrell.
What about your other brother, Darrell?
I'm sorry, he's too upset to participate in this conversation. We'd like to take this up with the spouse of the house.
Dick? Right away?
Oh. Hi, guys.
Easy, Darrell.
What's the matter?
Darrell ain't been the same since he heard that Pirate Pete got the proverbial axe. It's his favorite program next to Nightline.
Guys, before you get too worked up, I talked the station into putting Pirate Pete back on. I'm going to co-host with him today and show him how to do it right.
Well, Darrell's adopting a wait-and-see attitude. Oh, by the way, if you don't mind some constructive criticism, we could tell it was you talking for Perch.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing the show.
Good, because I'm going to be educational and entertaining without sacrificing one iota of fun.
Yeah, and I hear you look ridiculous in a pirate suit.
Well, the practical joke is officially over.
Finally. I hope Stephanie wasn't too angry when you told her.
Oh, I didn't tell her. She would have killed me. I just set her scale back to normal. She'll wear herself and everything will be fine again.
Make way, I'm coming down and I need room.
I don't think she's weighed herself yet.
Stephanie, why are you wearing that?
I couldn't get out of my lunch date with Michael. This is turning into a nightmare. Can you make out any hint of my shape under here?
As far as I can tell, you could be riding a horse.
Who am I kidding? One look at these chubby cheeks and Michael will start calling me Big Mama.
Michael, what's keeping Pete? There's no point in my doing the show alone.
Believe me, Dick, nobody wants that. Steph?
I don't blame you for not recognizing me. Michael, something horrible has happened. I've ballooned 2 pounds.
What? Well, there'll just be more of you to love.
Michael, please. I know it's only a matter of time before you drop me. I'd lose respect for you if you didn't. Just try to remember me with one chin.
Steph, it can't end this way. Call if you get better.
Michael, Stephanie, you haven't gained any weight. George rigged your scale.
What? Why would he do a thing like that?
It was supposed to be funny.
It's sick and depraved.
I tried to stop him. Oh no, throw that in the dumpster. The toy shop promised me that they'd send something that wouldn't massacre the crew.
Steph, you've been through a trauma. Why don't you go to my office and cool down?
Pete, where have you been? I asked you to come here a few minutes early so we could discuss changes in the show.
10 seconds to air.
I am early. What are the changes?
Don't worry, I'll be right here to guide you through it.
Ahoy, mateys! Well, shiver me timbers if it isn't time for Pirate Pete's Cartoon Lagoon. And I'd like to thank my cousin Long John Loudon for taking command of the ship yesterday. Ha!
Thank you, Pirate Pete, and I'm sure all the Buccaneers join me in welcoming you back to the helm.
Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum.
Actually, Pete, instead of glorifying the use of alcohol, from now on, let's say yo-ho-ho and a glass of unsweetened fruit juice. I know, Pirate Pete. Let's tell everybody about today's exciting show.
Hi, it's Thursday. And that means today's cartoon will feature those two scamps, Rough and Tumble.
Actually, Pete, there's no room on this ship for people who can't behave like little gentlemen. So instead, we're going to show a fascinating film called The Apple Nature's Toothbrush.
We're going to show a hygiene film?
Sounds good to me.
What's that supposed to be?
That was Perch. He says he likes the sound of that film.
No, I don't.
Yes, I do. Well, let's hoist up the net and check the mail.
Don't forget, boys and girls, if you want to write Pirate Pete here at sea, you'll need one of these official message bottles. Where are the message bottles?
Don't need them, Pirate Pete. Turns out letters are just as good.
But the bottles were cute.
Still, it's not a good idea to throw bottles or anything else into our friend, the ocean. Now, for our first letter. Dear Pirate Pete, I really enjoy the show. Could you please refresh me on the vowels? Signed, Kenny.
Come on, no kid wrote that.
Well, Kenny, the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes what, Pirate Pete?
You leave me out of this.
The answer is Y. Well, that was fun. Let's read another.
Get that one way at the back. Shiver me timbers, but it seems Long John has had a little accident.
Pete, let me down this instant.
My kids, old Long John's forgot the magic word, please. He's not behaving like a little gentleman.
Please let me down.
A little late for that. Right now, let's see what our friends at the Bunny Hutch Toy Shop have for us today. This is for land-loving sissies. Give me something that shoots. Pirate Pete's got his show back. Har!
Did Dick say how Stephanie reacted when she found out about my practical joke?
She wasn't very happy about it, George.
She didn't say, well, that's a good one on me. And I bear no grudge against old George.
No, George.
Well, I might as well brace myself. Stephanie's smart. She's going to find some real clever, subtle way to get back at me.